portion of most weeks. But, you know, for me, it's all about time. You know what I mean? Like, I've never been so free, so I was able to do other shit. So anyway, nothing that you guys should be concerned about, but I am back. By the way, I do understand that February has pretty much came and gone, and we have not established that consistency that I've promised since the beginning of January, but I guess we're going to try for March, okay? Other life news that's going on with me, I thought my dog was pregnant. I don't think she is no more. I don't know how that worked. Her belly was fat as fuck. Her belly not fat no more, and I don't see no babies. I don't know what happened. So I don't know if I just fed her too much, but it appears that my dog isn't pregnant, I think. I looked online. Some people say I could have, like, squeezed her nipples to see if, like, she was lactating. I just assumed she was. Anyway, I don't think she is, which is good. So still 4 dogs. What else? My second brother. If you don't know, I got 3 brothers. My second brother is getting married this week. I'm one of the best men. I was like, what the fuck? Nigga, you got mad friends. Yeah, life is happening, people. We are all getting older. I'm the only one now. In a week, I'll be the only one or the only son that my mama has that's unmarried. But it's all good. So I got a wedding to go to in a couple days. I'm still going to make sure I stream. I'm going to stream before. I'll stream before, right? But, yeah, so I'm in a wedding. I have to go get fitted, do all this, like, grown adult shit. Now I'm thinking of speeches and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to say at this nigga shit? And then I know anytime I open my mouth, I'll offend somebody. So anyway, I got a wedding coming up. And other than that, just kind of like refocusing back on content. We started doing interviews again. I got a Rollo conversation that's dropping. That will be not today. I'll probably put it out tomorrow. Shout out to Rollo. This nigga Rollo pulled up on me with a binder. It shit felt like it was high school. The nigga came with so much, like, nigga came with a textbook worth of information, or not information, but documents as pertain to his case. He really hated that niggas called him a snitch. Now he's bringing around his entire case for everybody to read. And I'm like, nigga, I didn't even call you a snitch. So I don't care, nigga, read it. So that's coming out. I'm doing some vlogs that's coming out. If you're wondering, like, yo, act what you've been doing downtime. I told you I've been doing in my little DIY bag. There is, I'm remodeling a bathroom. I know, by myself. Like, trust me, it's a lot of work. But I call it exercise. It's all good. There's a vlog coming on that. My gun vlog is coming. And what else? Oh, the last thing. Chat, I have officially greenlit our first and really, to me, my most important event I've ever did or attempted to do. I've one of the only things in my existence, and when I mean in my existence, my whole life, I've never been the person on my birthday. I hate my birthdays because number one, it feels like too much pressure. A lot of people are like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna turn up for you? I'm like, nah, nigga, you just want like a free party. So usually I just go away secluded. I'm gonna do a birthday party, but it is gonna be an event that hopefully you guys will come to. Like, I think if I was ever gonna have a birthday party, I should do it with the chat. So around my birthday, which is I think the event is May 15th. My birthday is the 17th. I tried to get on the day of the birthday. I couldn't get it. But I will let you guys know about that a little bit more. If you guys ever wanted to see me, ever wanted to meet me, it's not going to just like be a party for me, my nigga. It's going to be like a podcast. But I kind of wanted to celebrate with you guys. Like, I don't think I've had any memorable birthday where I'm like, oh, that was crazy. So I don't know. I'm going to try this time. So if you guys, whenever I announce the information, I hope you guys do come out and support. I don't care where you come from. Okay, nigga, if you, I know people ain't trying to fly right now, but if you in the UK, man, get your ass over here, man. All right? Okay. So that's the come. Other than that, we're back to regular business. Yo, shout out to my man Verselli. Yo, these joints is heavy. This shit's hot though. We got to get into topics. And of all the streams I've done in the last 3 months, I've been kind of upset that, you know, I always tell y'all, when y'all come watch me, I read all y'all messages. Like, even the one, like, I know if you think you're blindly messaging me, especially on my I'm Akademiks account on Instagram, I read them all. From the trolls to the love, this and third, the constructive criticism. One thing I've hated about our streams in the last 3 months, we get bottlenecked by like 2-3 topics. And I think for me, the glory days of us streaming was like last summer, where we're getting through like 10, 15 topics. And it didn't have to be big topics. Obviously, there were always some topics that were very more popular than the others, but we were talking about everything. These days, I feel like we start a conversation about Drake or Drake and Kendrick, and that's the stream. And I'm like, I could even tell, because even when Vercelli has to break it up, it's like a 2-hour clip, and I'm like, this ain't that's a fucking podcast. So, I'm trying to get better with making the amount of topics we cover be a little bit more diverse. No, that doesn't mean we're not going to talk about Drake and his album or whatever the case is. But dragging it on, which that's what I've been frustrated at hip-hop for that, because I feel like there's nothing else going on. And obviously I know like Cole dropped some stuff, but there hasn't been a lot of things to be consumed by the public, so we consume the only thing that's still there, right? Anyway, with all that being said, chat, welcome. I think I'll throw out a tweet or some shit. Let's go. It's been motherfucking forever since I got on here, huh? Oh, my God. Yo, I haven't streamed in so long, I'm actually even thinking about it. I streamed around the Super Bowl, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. All right. So let's talk about some of the obvious what's happening in hip hop currently. We do know Drake, Party Next Door, some sexy songs for you. That has not only dropped, it's been a week since it's dropped. It's debut #1 on the Billboard charts. We'll actually get to that. We'll get to some number stuff. And by the way, I know I just said we're going to talk about much more topics. And you're like, oh, here we go with the Drake stuff. But it is a big topic, right? Let me see. Billboard did put up an article. And their article yesterday, where is it at? Oh my God, they write so much fucking articles. Drake, Party Next Door, Billboard. I'll just look it up on. Yeah. Here we go. So they did debut #1. I think now I could give a better breakdown of what I thought the album was. I'll pull this up where we could kind of go through it. We're not going song by song, but I did want to give you an overall view of how I view the entire album now. Look at this. Let me see. Give me a second. And also, I got to get back in the habit of reading chat or reading it a little bit more. All right. So, where are we at with it?
I liked it. I gave it an 8.
For whatever reason, the album is easier to find if you just search Party Next Door. Like, you search Drake, all type of shit comes up. All right. So, we'll get into some suppression stuff and all that type of stuff, but essentially, this is the album. Now, I'm a straight shooter. I'm going to give it to you raw. Pause. This is a reality about this album. I'm a numbers guy. Again, unlike any of these motherfuckers that's really even speaking, whether in hip-hop media or otherwise, I think I'm the only one with a math degree. I study numbers for a living. I've always had. When rappers drop albums, despite thinking about the quality, I always go check the numbers as well, right? I do know how important it is to kind of evaluate the Spotify numbers, YouTube numbers, and even some other numbers that, isn't that visible to the majority of the public. When I looked at the numbers, I'm going to be honest with you, I think Drake actually did pretty well, given what I was expecting. Let's keep in mind, I expected him to do 175. He did 247 or 246. 175, I expected. 246, that's what he got. I'm going to be honest with you. I never said it then. I can say it now, and I'm just going to be honest. After the first 3 days, I was a little bit worried because I started seeing the numbers seemingly stagnate a bit and slow down, which, by the way, here's the thing. It's very normal for an R&B album. If we go back to the historically, all of what's considered R&B, this is probably the highest selling, if we're going to call it R&B, right? Now, some might say, nigga, it's Drake. Everything he puts out is a pop album. To each his own. But if this is considered an R&B album, I don't even think Chris Brown is touching 100K these days. And Chris Brown drops bloated albums more than 21 tracks, right? We've seen Chris Brown drop a 35 12-track album, okay? So I seen a lot of people talk about how long the album was. I wasn't whatever. Do I think Drake probably dropped this many tracks to probably influence the streaming? I kind of think so. I think this could have been gutted a little bit more if you ask me. Like, just going over the whole thing. CN Tower cool, Mothball's cool, Something About You. This is fire. This one right here, this shit's been going up. Crying and Chanel's fire. Spider-Man, Superman is cool. Deeper, complete fire. Party, shout out to you. Small Town Fame, all right. Pimmy's Dilemma, Pimmy went crazy on that. Brian Steele is dope. Give Me a Hug, that's the hit. Raining in Houston, actually one of my favorite songs, probably my second favorite song on here, right? Lasers, I could have done without it. Meet Your Padre, like for me, that was a clear Drake trying to appeal to a different demographic. Not whack, but not the joint that I'm going to play like, oh, let's play Meet Your Padre. No. Nokia, clear hit. I gotta give Drake I gotta give him some credit because, speaking to a lot of people, and every time I say this, people think that I'm like lying. Yo, let me tell you this. I'm sorry to say, like, I don't know who, if y'all think I'm talking to myself or making shit up. When I get off stream, the entire music industry watches the stream. When I get off stream, I talk to all the niggas at UMG. They all hit me and be like, yo, Ak, I seen you say that. I seen you on the stream. You said this. Let me give you the actual info. Let me send over this. They can't talk. They got jobs. They don't want to get fucking fired. But they all hit me up. The conversations, like, even, I don't want to give away exactly who I'm speaking to. The reason why this Nokia joint is dope, there was a lot of conversation that Drake and the music he's been making, it's been a while since we've gotten, like, a hotline bling. What does that mean? Drake has been known to kind of get these little cheesy songs. Like, Drake was making songs of TikTok before TikTok, right? Like, Hotline Bling, was TikTok popping then? I don't know if it was, but that would be a song that TikTok would have went crazy with, right? The latest attempt, I think a lot of people feel like, it was a turning point, a fork in the road, was Tootsie Slide, where some people felt like Drake didn't feel like it wasn't a natural feel. It didn't feel like people started looking at it optically like, bro, you're 35 doing Tootsie Slide. That just doesn't make sense. So these little cheesy songs that kind of work and like is mad catchy. Now, here's the difference of how I'm gonna explain these songs. God's Plan is a hit song.
I see what you're saying.
Okay?
I see what you're saying.
Non-stop. Hit song. When you get to the Tootsie Slides and Hotline Blings and songs like that, they could as well be hit songs, but they're like cheesy songs that like the kids are gonna eat up, the algorithms, like everybody's gonna do challenges to. That's what I'm saying, right? Anyway, Drake being a pop star, which again, yes, he's a rap star, he's a R&B star, but he is a pop star. He has to do songs like that. Now, the conversation with a lot of people said, yo, listen, after Tootsie Slide, Drake has primarily just tried to get hit songs and avoided some of these songs that could be considered cheesy, because if you don't do it right, they just consider him cringy and they call him old. Drake, in my opinion, with Nokia, did the best thing he could possibly do, which, by the way, I think the song absolutely works. Here how it works. He doesn't seem mad. He doesn't seem corny with the song because, first of all, Nokia is it's like nostalgic, right? Like Nokia's cell phone or whatever. We talk about ringtones. Like the last time we talked about ringtone with Soulja Boy. So when he does his Nokia
I didn't even
shit,
give like a full review, man, because we're stuck on that Red Redemption. But I told y'all, bro, that shit fire. I like a good 5-6 songs in that shit. But obviously, you know me, it's straight trap music right now, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. As y'all can see, that's the only shit that's popping right now, fam. I'm sorry, Chad. I want to stop playing it, but I'm sorry, bro. It's popping. It's just hitting. And I ain't even talking about the beef, none of that. I'm just saying, man, it's the music hitting, bro. That's what's popping right now. It's the best we got. Them beats, them raps are fire, man.
for the
Young nigga music, I ain't gonna lie. That shit hitting.
people
That's the only shit that's hitting, fam. That's the only shit that's hitting.
who are aging with Drake, he don't.
For now, I'm pretty sure the pendulum will switch. And we'll get more to some contemporary type of hip hop music. We'll see. Lyrical type shit. We'll see.
Don't seem that old. He kind of seems like, oh shit, like he kind of he did a dope flip, and he's not seem like he's reaching to kids. However, if you look on TikTok, the kids are loving this shit. You get what I'm saying? So it feels like this is what, when I'm talking to people in the industry, they were like, yo, listen, we just gotta let you know, we feel that he's, and I'm not talking about people from his labels, just people who have opinions and usually educated minds. They're like, yo, listen, it's gonna get harder and harder for Drake to start appealing to these kids. And I think that song actually did work. So I think that Nokia song, I think this is gonna be a top 5 song. If this song don't go top 5, that's UMG, right? And I was listening to Brilliant Idiots, and I heard Charlamagne say, what did Charlamagne say? Shout out to my boy Charlamagne. Charlamagne said, yo, the labels ain't turned against Drake. We're gonna talk about suppression in a little bit. Now, we have to realize this is a business, so people aren't gonna cut off their noses to spite their face. Let me just wait. I'll get into suppression talk. But I do predict if this doesn't become either a number 1 song or it's not top 5, and when I mean top 5, because everybody gets these little blips, a top 5 song for some weeks, or it should stay in the top 10 for some weeks, not just disappear after this week. If that doesn't happen, we'll have some further conversations. Anyway, Die Trying, not my favorite song, but I do like it. Somebody Loves Me. Ooh, this is a banger right here. Celibacy, that's cool. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think at the end of the album, it does become slightly bloated. It does. You know what I mean? And I think even the streams could show that, because for the songs that people really like, even if they're lower in the playlist, like Nokia, right? Somebody Loves Me, those songs are going up. Okay. So overall, if you ask me, I think it was a good album. Would I agree with the timing? I don't know. I mean, he could have came back with, I spoke to him, and what did he say? Oh, I think I gave him credit. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. You're outdoing my expectation, even numbers wise. This is when we're getting early numbers. And he doubled down and let me know. He said, man, listen, and this is why I know he's locked in. He said, listen, this is the first of 2 important chapters in my life. And, essentially pretty much said this is like the warm up. So I don't know what to take from that. I didn't dig any deeper, but it seems like somebody who's very much locked in and kind of accepting maybe not only some of the criticisms of him, but some of the warranted or unwarranted hate or people wanting to see him decline, right? So again, I thought it was a good album. Let me see what's up. Somebody said, "What? Songs are not top 5. The album 6 out of 8." No, I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey, I don't know who y'all follow. I'm gonna be very honest. And again, the girls I followed all had this on their story. They're putting me on the songs. If you are a heterosexual man, most of these songs aren't gonna hit as you would probably think all the time. I seen all girls posting some of the shit. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I seen one girl post some shit, and I had to like kind of look up the lyrics. I'm like, oh, because you know how girls like they tell their mood with songs and lyrics. So anyway, I think this album is an 8 out of 10. If you ask me, I think this album is a clear 8 out of 10.
That's what I.
But I understand why for us dudes, other than playing "Give Me a Hug," unless like you feeling in your feelings about one of your side things or your girl, you're not playing "Raining in Houston," my nigga. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're not playing some of these songs consistently. They're not turn up songs. So I wouldn't expect you to play "Crying in Chanel" and "Something About You," and "Somebody Loves Me," unless, yeah. So I think it's a good album, which I think we'll appreciate in time. Just like if you ask me, I believe that "For All the Dogs" appreciated with time. Now, with that being said, this is 2 albums back to back, "For All the Dogs" and this album, where Drake he's singing us half to death. And it's cool because we like it. Again, this is no dick ride. I'm just telling you what I really think. The reason why I didn't like For All the Dogs at first, because I thought it was going to be a pop shit rap album like If You're Reading It's Too Late. Fast forward a year later, I'm playing Virginia Beach, Try My Best, Bahama Promises like it's going out of style. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes your expectations kind of also allows you to like something up front or not. Me, I like this project. It told me it was an R&B project. I know Party's going to be on it. I like Party's music. I like this project. Is it a classic? I think it's too early for me to say it would be a classic. Off top, I would say it's not a classic, but I think it's a good album. For me to say it's a classic, I got to see if I'm playing this shit a year later. Again, for All the Dogs, whatever rating I gave that shit, add +2 or +3 to it, because I'm playing that shit 2 years later, or I don't even know when that album came out at this point. I'm still playing those songs, right? And I think that's the true test of a really good album, right? And I don't know if we could really have that classic conversation if songs come and go, right? Unless we're talking about, what do you call it again? If we're talking about in terms of classic, if it's on some like critical shit, like To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick, I believe it should be critically acclaimed as a classic. But that shit got no replay value. I never listened to that shit afterwards. You know what I mean? So again, by the body of work, I think it's classic, but it got no replay value. So it's like, what the fuck? Who cares, right? All right, anyway. So I think this is good. And, you know, I do think that what Drake is gearing up to is, and again, this is no inside information from him. If I'm ever quoting him, I'll tell you he told me. So just don't think he's just leaking stuff. This is me using my brain. What I think he's gearing up to is a solo album that is going to be, I think, maybe like Scorpion. But he's going to have to resolve, if you ask me, that issue or conflict with UMG for him to give us a proper solo album. And, you know, through the conversations I had with him, you know, basically, and this is for everybody who's saying, yo, he's on here he's dissing Kendrick, he's whatever. Bro, Drake is on there popping shit like he normally pops shit. Like, I hate this new like wave of media where they want Drake to come to the podium and say, I'm just here to announce I lost to Kendrick Lamar. He's better than me, and I'm a sucker, and I'm going to just go back to my house and die. What the fuck? No. Like, his fans don't want that shit. Jay battled motherfucking Nas. And whatever way you thought that went, I think it's pretty unanimous how that went. But still, you think Jay was like rapping later? Yeah, niggas beat my ass. But no. I've never seen people wanting a man to concede defeat more than now. Of course, he's like, whether you choose to, you could listen to him maybe say some shit and be like, nah, nigga, we don't believe you. It's like J. Cole. Like, anytime J. Cole right now says, yo, these rappers don't want it with me, I'm like, nigga, they all want it with you, you dumbass nigga. But would I tell him not to say it? Nigga, he gotta pop some shit. So I've seen people like request that Drake give this like, oh, I lost. Oh, I won't take shots no more. I won't. No, nigga, fuck out of here. I'm gonna talk my shit, and it's gonna be what it is. Now, if you've listened to Drake rapping, he's always talk shit. And by the way, I was on TMZ last week. They asked me the same shit. Drake has made a career of just popping shit, and the shit is more likely whoever the shoe fits. I could load every gun with bullets that fire backwards, still won't lose a single rapper. That's not the one rapper. That's the whole game. Yo, I still think I'm nicer than you niggas. I make more money than y'all niggas. Y'all niggas is bitches. Like, he's been rapping like that. So, you know, definitely, and this album wasn't that. And it's so funny because people don't know what they want from Drake. They're mad that Drake dropped an R&B album. Like, yo, why are you going to drop an R&B album after the battle? Well, didn't you say you want him to just accept defeat and go away? He starts singing to the girls, and you're like, nah, son, you can't come back with that. Then he got one song, like kind of popping and shit. You're like, nah, we don't want that. You lost, son. What do you want? So anyway, you get to realize you can't please everybody. Definitely, which this is why I'm waiting for the solo album. Again, Drake ain't trying to diss nobody, man. Okay? But his time for popping shit will come soon. All right? Specifically told me, he said, yo, listen, it's a my talk soon come, man. So whatever that is, and I don't know what that is. And I know the obsessed either Kendrick fans or whoever's just gonna make that about him. Nah, Drake's niggas popping shit. You ain't hear him on the song? Popping shit. Bro, he's gonna pop shit. That's what it is. Like, again, it's cool. If you believe he lost the battle, it's fine. No one's still debating that shit. Not Like Us is a legendary song. Great. But if you think that you are gonna now cuck him into, oh, I'm the second best rapper. Oh, I could fuck all y'all up except him. No, nigga. Fuck all you niggas. You niggas is bitches. I run the charts. I run the streaming. I got the jet. He's still gonna talk like that. And if you would like a rapper that would tuck his tail and still not pop his shit because of a rap battle, go listen to J. Cole. That's what y'all niggas should go listen to, J. Cole. This ain't the J. Cole music over here. So anyway.
That's true.
That is, I believe, what is, so again, let me just finish that thought. I think Drake is building up to a crate. This is why I said, book it, $500K. $500K for first week for his next solo album. I think that solo album is gonna be spicy. Now, if you knowing Drake's schedule, I think that shit would be out by like September. But I do think that that's gonna be hard to do while he's in litigation with UMG. Now let's get to the UMG and the whole suppression conversation with Drake, okay? And we should really have this conversation and be open about it. Okay. Now, and again, I'm not here speaking to try to appease Drake fans or a narrative, or I'm not Drake's mouthpiece. This is what I personally do believe. Do I believe that UMG suppressed Drake? I actually don't. I don't. I don't think UMG that's a company. That's a company that has shareholders that wants to increase revenue. They're not here saying, let's suppress this guy. Now, do they know they're in litigation with this guy? Yes. Now, one thing might be conflated for the other. Let me explain how. UMG, I feel they don't have the incentive of treating Drake like he's a A-list tier 1 artist anymore. That's the thing. Now, here's the thing. If you never knew, right? Like, this is how the music industry runs. Cardi B is a tier 1, level 1 artist at Atlantic and for Warner. When Cardi is going to drop, move out the way. We're getting these things off the chart. We're putting this budget behind this because this has to work. This is the nigga that hits home runs. So you got the nigga behind him who's a cleanup hitter, and then the nigga before who's supposed to get